As human beings, we communicate unconsciously, we manage unconsciously, we show up in our team meetings, group projects unconsciously, right? We communicate and we interact and we fight with our spouses and our kids unconsciously. You all know you fucked it up after, not before. You go, oh shit, I wish I didn't do that thing again, right? But you did it. But think about this. Here's the joke. And please remember this in the holidays, and I'm going to put my social channels up afterwards, and just send me a message afterwards in the new year to say, you know what, Greg, that thing happened that you said was going to happen. Just please do so like my own narcissism and ego can go up so that I'm right. Here's what's going to happen. All of you are going to be super conscious of not being in the family when she's there. Right? Think about this. You as a family, you, mom and dad, any other siblings? Just you three, have probably, or going to have the conversation of, okay, we need to be nice to her. We can't really kill her in the first day. Let's not overwhelm her. Have you had it yet? Yes. You've already had that conversation. Absolutely. And guess what's going to happen? As conscious as you're going to be, right? You're going to have some drinks or food's going to happen or your brother's going to do that thing that he does that always just hooks you, right? And in a brief moment, or mom's going to do it even worse, or dad's going to do it even worse, that unconscious thing that they always do is going to pop out. Right? And if it happens there, it happens in our communication. I promise you this, after today, you can no longer get away with the answer of, I don't know why that happened. You'll know exactly why it happened. Because the greatest thing you walk out of here today with is not just understanding and insight, but predictability. You can go, okay, I could actually play this thing out. I'm going to say this, that's going to happen, then I'm going to do that, then this is going to happen. It's primary, basic psychology 101. Right? You can get people to move emotionally simply by how you are showing up in front of them. If you've got an aggressive person in front of you, right? In fact, anyone got a really angry brother or sister? Right? Do you know that button that you just have to push it in them? Right? In fact, you could call friends over, be like, watch this. Boop. Right? And right? Happens all the time. Right? See, before you could get away with that because you didn't understand that the actual button was a side of their personality that you pushed. Now you will, and if you do it, then good for you. Hey, that's just your brother, right? But we're going to have to get to the stage of, again, thinking through things far more consciously. And people throw out the word consciousness and self-awareness and meditation and be all you can be and all these BS people on social running around screaming that they are going to help you be the best best version of yourself. Right? Here's the truth to all of this. At the end of the day, the thing that will allow you to be successful, not just in business but in your personal life, is your interpersonal skills and your emotional intelligence. There's a wonderful saying that says, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Right? There's actually a new saying. It's not what you know, it's do you know yourself? Are you truly aware? Because I know in my personality, I have to turn a lot of things down because I'm an excessive personality. Right? I jumped into the deep end before knowing how to swim. Okay, does this make sense so far? This is your parental side of your personality. And remember, with each side of your personality, there's a scale. There's a perfect amount for each ego state. Sometimes that ego state can be too high, which is problematic, right? Sometimes it's too low, which is another type of problem. And sometimes it's just right. Think about Goldilocks. Too hot, too cold, just right. My critical parent at the right level is expressive, assertive, direct, forthright, executes, focuses on outcome, objective, expression. It's healthy. When that critical parent's too high, I'm overpowering, I'm abrasive, I'm dominant, I'm controlling. When it is too low, I'm going to have a difficult time demonstrating any of those skill sets or behaviors. I'm going to be more passive, and it's going to be difficult for me to maybe voice my opinion or express things in group environments. Nurturing parents. If it's too high, I'm like a Mother Teresa, ooey gooey, warm and fuzzy, save the world. And if that's your cup of tea, go for it. You want to go and nurture the world, all the power to you. But the other major problem, and we see it more and more and more with particularly the world that we live in, is an absence of nurturing parents. It's not high enough. We are not compassionate enough. We do not seek understanding enough. We are not supportive. We do not stretch ourselves. We are living in a world of you give me first before I give you. How you show up will determine how I show up. And at that point, you're a victim to the world. Your entire position should be recognizing who you are and how you need to show up and stretch yourself for another person. What do you think the two most important things are for effective communication? Nope. By the way, 99% of people say listening is that answer. Yes, we do want to listen, but that's not what the thing we need to ensure happens. Acknowledgement, and you just kind of said it here, so we'll start with understanding. What's the other thing? Understanding? Nurturing? Okay, no, almost. You're on the right path. It's there, but nurturing is gonna lead us to what is called comfort. If I have these two things happening when I speak to someone, we are effectively communicating. 1000%. Here's the point. If I scream and I yell and I curse and I call you every name in the book, but you understand me and you are comfortable with that, we're effectively communicating. This is why, if you think about it in your long-term relationships, right, you're effectively communicating with each other. That's why you fight the way you do. You've been with someone for 10 years. 10 years, right? Yeah? You fight with them a lot? Not much. Not much. Why not? Are they here, by the way? Yeah. Okay. So, is it important for you to ensure there's always understanding with your significant other? Right? So, let's say there's emotions that start to rise. One of the things you say is, I'm really going to work hard to acknowledge and to understand this person, and therefore to create comfort. And hopefully we don't end up fighting. So if we're going to effectively, you're going to show up at a network meeting, you want to ensure that you are effectively communicating, just ensure these two things are happening. The understanding who our personality contributes to this stuff. If we were good as human beings dealing with other human beings, we would not have the problems we have in the world, right? And I'm not going to get into the big conversation around, war and stuff like that. But if we basically think that if I could deal with human beings effectively, right, there wouldn't be traffic on the road. There wouldn't be things like conflict management. We wouldn't have things like people saying no to us, etc., etc. People are hard, really, really hard. And one of the things that I'll really push today is it is your responsibility to shift and adjust yourself before shifting them.